this is right along with that. For those of you who haven't met my wife, Roberta, she's down here. We met 8 years ago, and she didn't know what a double dribble was then, and now she micromanages our team. I'm going to give you 2 stats about her. I met her midway through an already train wreck derailed season, my first year at Rio Grande Valley, when we were below 500 and everything was going wrong. And in her first full season with me, we won the championship at Rio Grande Valley. And then I wasn't a head coach again until this year, so her stats are pretty good. 2 years, 2 titles in 2 different leagues. All I can say, and anybody that knows her knows this, she's the calmest person in the world, and that's exactly what I needed. My son actually up here takes after me. Hey, Leo, how's it going, buddy? Hi. Stand up, wave to everybody. Say hi, everybody. So let's give Roberta a round of applause, please. Most of my family out here, all of them have been to games. I think a lot of them made it to at least an NBA final game, but how many did we have up at Minneapolis? What was the final count up there? Anybody know? Beth, where are you? What was the final count? You're our counter. 39 up at Minneapolis, so pretty awesome. We had a great time. But you know, my older brothers are all down here. I know we've clapped for them once, but there was a lot of competitiveness around the house, and that helped. You know, it's some of it's a joke, or some of it's not. But having all those older brothers, I can't tell you the amount of times I'd be a little kid-ish and walking down the street, and people would say, "Wait till you see this one." You know, all these guys be with them all, and they'd say, "Wait till you see this one," and that does something to build you up. And I also say that all that competitiveness around the house just becomes part of who you are in your environment, and that's what takes over. You know, all of you text me in here. I've had one cell phone number and one email my whole life, the 515 number, and y'all got it, most of it. And y'all text me, right, and wishing me well, and that's what I tell everybody. It's the best part of it. The best part of it is to share it with everybody. And when the ball goes up, I stop thinking about how nervous you are. I stop thinking about all these. I get so many heart attack texts after game. My God, can't you win by more than 1 or 2? It is what takes over for me. And Omer always told me this too. Your instincts take over, and that was the instincts that the environment in Carroll and in Iowa and all that stuff. And everybody said some really cool things about me tonight, right? And a lot of them really great memories for me, you know, that they were going somewhere, and I was thinking about 10 other things that they could have said, that they said, you know. But again, that none of that stuff, I like Fane was my roommate, and that's true. We busted out laughing at each other's names, and he went to Steamboat Rock High School with a graduating class of 11, right?
Ellsworth, Steamboat Rock.
Keep going. Keep going. There's 3 girls in his graduating class. One was his first cousin. One was his first cousin. One got pregnant. He took the other one to prom. I got him back. But Fane, you know, we were 2 Iowa guys, right? He would help me out. Helped him out. You know, just whatever. And like, I don't know. I text Jeff a picture of the me and the Fonz in Milwaukee, because a couple years ago he drove up to Milwaukee and we went down and took pictures with the Fonz, and I just happened to be walking by and that kind of. But it's not. You know, Forbesy texting him. You know, he did the same for me, and that's just who we are. That's you know, like Iowa nice and Iowa character and toughness and spirit, and that's a real thing, right? And that's just all the things that I took from my family and from my relatives and from you people growing up with you. being around you. And that's the best part about it all is being able to share it with everybody here and knowing it was fun. And it was a hell of a lot of fun for me, and I'm glad it was fun for you too. Again, no much else to say. I could go up down here and tell everybody, thank you so much. Like Orv sitting here, we coached and talked a lot of ball. Forbesy, man, we were drawing plays on pizza boxes in St. Joe, Missouri. Coach Lehman, we were, 1,100 kids and 1,200, 1,500, I don't know how many kids we had in the Unidome there, saying super good and yelling defense and all the stuff we were doing way back when, 80s and 90s. But I got that, I couldn't get a job. I couldn't even get an assistant job in the D-League. I was trying for years. I was trying to re-enter the States, and Forbesy was out in Long Beach, and I was staying with him, and I was going to the Long Beach Summer League and handing out stats and water cups and say, hey, I actually coach if you ever need anybody to coach. I'll coach a team, and finally the third summer they gave me a free agent team. But when I came back and saw that shiny arena downtown and said, let's put a team there, I called the guy at the arena, and then I called the guy at the D-League, and they were both like, yes, let's do it. And I didn't do anything. I really didn't know what to do next, and I didn't tell anybody either. And I finally told Orv, and Orv told me to call Jerry, and Jerry took me to see Gary. And then Paul Dre, who I went to high school with, and Steffes, who I went to high school, all these guys started pitching in, and really smart guy, made it go. And the other thing is the greatest job I've ever had and will ever have again, because he told me, listen, you do all things basketball and leave us alone, we're going to run the business. And that was, even when we lost 9 in a row that first year, he sent me like a 4-cent, how's the team? That was about all he ever said to get on my ass. And I'm not sure he believed in me then or not, but we got it all turned around, and they let me do my thing. And I certainly wouldn't be here, and this wouldn't be here without that opportunity at the Energy. And there's a lot of people in this room, and all of you, all I can say is thank you. Because you get to share in all this, and everybody else gets to share on it, and share with it as well, and it's all, I don't know, puts a lot of smiles on our faces, man, and that's what it's all about. I got one other thing I want to do real quick here. I wore this jacket. I don't know if you guys know, I got in, when I was coaching the Energy, we played the last ever game at Veterans Memorial Auditorium, and I wore this jacket right here. It's a Kemper jacket. It's a special Kemper jacket. It's a special Kemper jacket. It's the same one that Coach Chanley wore in our 1985 state championship, and I have had it this whole time in my closet, and I knew I'd get to see him tonight, and I wanted to give it back to him. So, Coach, come on up here. Games in it tonight, and I'm 0-1 in it. Okay, that's about it. I just want to say this band that's coming up, the Spasmatics, they're awesome. So everybody please stay. I went to a Cubs game at Wrigley about, 7-8 years ago. Walked across the street to the Cubby Bear, and they were playing, and they were awesome. So hope you guys brought your dancing shoes. I really, really appreciate everybody coming. We're going to try and get out and see everybody and say thank you in person. And man, I tell you what, dream big. That's all I can say, because sometimes it comes true. Thanks a lot.